Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topics that is the classification of control delivery system, or you can say that the different types of control delivery system, or the different approach that we have to use for the developing or preparing any control delivery system. So we have to see the classification of control delivery systems that classify into 4 different types. So based on rate pre-programmed drug delivery system, activation modulated drug delivery system, feedback regulated drug delivery system, and site targeting, site specific or targeted part like drug delivery system. So they have to further classified rate pre-programmed drug delivery system into polymer membrane permeation, metric diffusion, and micro reservoir partition control drug delivery system. Activation modulated drug delivery system further classified based on the physical means. So they have to classify this various type of drug delivery system based on the chemical or the biochemical means. Based on the feedback regulated, classify bioerosion regulated, bioresponsive, and self-regulated drug delivery system, and our site specific targeted drug delivery system like oral, mucosal, nasal, ocular, transdermal, parenteral, vaginal, intrauterine type of the targeted drug delivery systems are there. So now we have to see the one by one the classification of control drug delivery system. So in that we have to say that the release of drug or the release of drug molecules from the drug delivery system is activated by some physical, chemical or biochemical process or by energy supplied externally. So that is activation based, we can say that, and the rate of drug release is controlled by the regulating the process applied or energy input. So based on there that we have to regulate the process that applied or energy that we have to input it, that controlling the rate of drug release. So in that first the rate program drug release system. So the rate of release of the drug molecules has been pre-programmed at specific rate profile, and we can say that for that the release rate that to follow the fixed law of the diffusions that are often we have to see the following parts are there. So in this type drug is totally or partially, we can say that molecules in or across various medium polymeric membranes, mediums within or surrounded the drug delivery systems are there. So the first one, the polymeric membrane permeation control delivery system. So in this type of the drug delivery system, in polymeric membrane permeation, drug is totally or partially encapsulated within the drug reservoir. So they have to, in the center portion, in the core part, the drug and core materials are there, and they have to cover encapsulated with the polymeric membrane. So its drug release surface is covered by the rate controlling polymeric membrane that having a specific permeations are there, and drug reservoir may exit in any form. Drug reservoir may be in solid form, suspension or solution form, any one that we have to put into the drug reservoir in the center core part, and they have to encapsulated with the rate controlling polymeric membrane. So here the release of drug molecules from that polymeric membrane permeation that is controlled by the partition coefficient of drug molecules, other diffusivity of the drug molecules, so drug diffusions, and the thickness of that rate controlling membrane. So that is important part, the diffusion of the drug molecules and the thickness of the encapsulated polymeric membrane, rate controlling polymeric membranes. So these parameters that affect or control the release of drug molecules or rate of drug release from the drug delivery system. So in that we can go for the encapsulation of drug is carried out by the any one method that you have to use for micro encapsulation. So phase co-observations are there, injection molding, spray drying, the encapsulations are there. So here the examples given for the membrane permeations or encapsulation based drug delivery system. Then the second one, the polymer matrix diffusion. So in this type, we can say drug reservoir is prepared by the matrix type of preparations are there. So matrix, it means that we have to go for homogeneous dispersion of drug particles within the polymer matrix. So in that polymer matrix diffusions, drug reservoir that is prepared by the homogeneously dispersing the drug particles into the rate controlling polymer matrix, homogeneously distributed within the polymers. Either drug polymer may be lipophilic or hydrophilic in nature. So in that drug dispersion in that polymer matrix, that is accomplished by either the blending, we can go for the blending therapeutic dose of drug with polymer, highly viscous based polymers that you have to use, followed by cross linking of that polymer chains are there. Otherwise you have to go for mixing of drug solid with the rubbery polymer at elevated temperatures are there. So here in polymer matrix diffusions, we can say for the release of drug molecules that is controlled by the parameters, that is loading dose, polymer solubility of drug diffusivity in that polymer matrix are there. So these are the rate controlling parameters for the polymer matrix diffusions are there. Therefore, the examples for that, the implant, subdermal implants are there that we have to use, nitrodores are there. The next, micro reservoir partition control delivery system. So in this type, the drug reservoir that is fabricated by the micro dispersion of an aqueous suspension of the drug in a biopolymer or biocompatible or degradable polymers to form the homogeneous dispersion. So in that case, depending upon the physicochemical profile properties of the drug and the rate of drug release that we have to desire the rate of drug release, the device can be further coated with a layer of biocompatible polymers to modify the mechanism and the rate of drug release. So the release of drug molecule from this type of system of delivery systems can follow either a dissolution or the diffusion matrix diffusion control release process. So in that the release of drug molecules that is controlled by the partition coefficient of drug, diffusivity of drug and the solubility of the drug are there. The next one, previously we have to see the rate pre-program base are there. Now the feedback regulated drug delivery system. So in this type of system, the group of drug release, the release of drug molecules from the release system that is activated by the triggering agent, such as we can say the biochemical substance which is present in the body, that is regulated by its concentrations via some feedback mechanisms are there, and the rate of release or rate of drug release that is controlled by the concentration of that triggering agent. So that depend on the concentration of triggering agent. So that is the rate controlling parameters are there. So one by one we have to see in that feedback regulated drug system. The first one, that is bioerosion regulated drug delivery system. So this system, in this system that consists of drug dispersed bioerodible matrix which are fabricated from the polymer, that is polyvinyl methyl ester or half esters, which is coated with the layer of immobilized urease. So in that the solution with near neutral pH, the polymer only go for erode very slowly at the neutral pH. So in the presence of urea, the urease go for metabolize, urease metabolize urea into to form the ammonia, and this cause or this with the conversion of urea to the ammonia, so this from that reasons that increase the pH, so change in the pH, and that go for the rapid degradation of that polymer with the release of drug. So that the mechanisms, so the triggering, we can say that the neutral pH, that polymers does not go for erodible or that go for the slowly erodables are there. So in the presence of urea, so that urease, immobilized urease, that we have to use for the coating part, coating with the polymer, that we have to use polyvinyl methyl ester or half ester, that is the mechanism for that degradation, that is bioerodible. So that particular change in the pH that go for the erosion. So at the neutral pH that does not go for the erosions, but in the presence of the urea, the immobilized urease metabolize that urea into ammonia. So that conversions that may increase the pH, and due to the change in the pH or increase the pH, that polymer, that polyvinyl methyl ethyl half ester, that go for the erosion, and that go for the erosion, so the drug release, maybe the drug release happen from the drug release system, so that the concentration of the urea and the conversion of urea from ammonia and the change in the pH, so that rate that affect the erosion part and the erosions of that polymers that related to the release of the drugs are there. So that is the feedback regulated systems are there. In that bioerosions are there. Similar like bioerosion. Second, that we have to see bioresponsive drug delivery system. So in this system, the drug reservoir that is contained in the device, that is enclosed by the bioresponsive membrane, whose we can say the drug permeability that is controlled by the concentration of the biochemical agent. So here the examples they are given. The glucose trigger insulin drug delivery systems are there. So here in this system, the reservoir, that is insulin reservoir is there, that is encapsulated with the hydrogel. So we have to see in the figure, the insulin reservoirs are there, and in the front the amine containing hydrogel membranes are there. So in that amine containing hydrogel, the NR2 groups are there. So in alkaline solution, that NR2, the amine groups are neutral, and the membrane is unswallowables are there and impermeable to insulin. So during that condition, the insulin release not possible, because that is the hydrogel are there is impermeable to the insulin, and that is unswallowed. When the glucose penetrate into that membrane, so it oxidizes enzymatically. So glucose that penetrate into their hydrogel based membrane, the amine containing membrane, so it oxidizes enzymatically by the presence of glucose oxidase that entrap in that membrane, that to form the glucose into the gluconic acid. So presence of that oxidase, glucose convert to gluconic acid, and the amine NR2 groups are there, that is protonated to form the NR2H, and then the hydrogel membrane then becomes the swallow, that go for the swell, and that permeable for the to the insulin molecules. So from that, when the amine containing hydrogel membranes are there, they go for the swallow, so they increase the size, swell the membrane, and from that the permeability part increasing for the insulin, and the insulin molecules release that cross that membrane and release from that amine containing hydrogel membrane are there. So that is the feedback regulated parts are there. So that dependent on the permeability of that glucose, the concentration of glucose that penetrate into that hydrogel membrane. Then next in that, the third one, last one in that feedback regulated, the self-regulated drug delivery system. So this type of system that is dependent on the reversible and competitive binding mechanisms that to activate and regulate the release of the drug. So in that, the drug reservoir is drug complex that is encapsulated with the semi-permeable polymeric membranes are there. So the outer the semi-permeable polymeric membranes are there. In the center part the drugs are there. The release of the drug from that delivery system that is activated by the membrane permeation of that biochemical agent from the tissue in which the system that is located. So here the examples they are given. So it is a complex of glycosylated insulin, concanavaline A, so which is encapsulated inside the polymeric membrane. That is the glycosylated insulin plus concanavaline A. That complex are there. That is encapsulated with the semi-permeable. That is semi-permeable polymeric membrane. Now the glucose penetrate into that system and it activates the release of glycosylated insulin from the complex for the control drug delivery system. So the glucose that enter into that system that reflects the glycosylated insulin and that bind with that complex and they release the molecules of glycosylated insulin from the outside. So that is the self-regulated drug delivery systems are there. Now the activation modulators. Already we have to see that the activation possible by we can use for the physical, chemical or any biochemical processes that are facilitated and facilitated by the energy that we have to supply it externally. So that trigger or that activate the release of drug from the drug delivery system. So that control we can regulate by the process applied or the energy that we can input it. So we have to see one by one. So the first one that is osmotic pressure based or activated drug delivery system. So here we have to use the osmotic pressure and we have to use osmotic or osmogens that create the osmotic pressures are there. So in this system the drug reservoirs can be either the solution form or the solid formulations that containing within the semi-permeable housing with control water permeabilities are there. So the drug is activated to release in a solution form at a constant rate through the special delivery orifice. So we have to put the orifice into the device or into the tablet or any dosage forms drug delivery system that we have to use for the osmotic based delivery system. So we have to create the small orifice through the laser. So from that the drug is released from that drug delivery system. So the rate of drug release that is modulated by the controlling the gradient of the osmotic pressure. So we can say that the release of drug that is controlled by the following parameters are there, that we have to say that the water permeability of that semi-permeable membrane, the outer semi-permeable, that how much water they have to enter into that drug delivery systems that create the osmotic pressures and from that the drug release from the orifice. So that is the permeability of water. Then the effective surface area of that semi-permeable membrane that also control the rate of drug release and the osmotic pressure difference across that semi-permeable membrane. So it means the osmotic gradient. So that is the osmotic pressure activated drug delivery systems are there. The examples for that is Aljet osmotic pumps are there. So the advantage of that, a high degree of, we can say that in vivo, in vitro correlations that is obtained with the osmotic systems. We have to get the nearer to mimic to the zero order type of drug system that we have to achieve with the osmotic systems, and the oral osmotic system we have to use. So drug release that is independent on the gastric pH or their hydrodynamic conditions of the GI tract. So that the advantages or merits of that osmotic drug delivery systems are there. The second one, the hydrodynamic pressure activated drug delivery system. So in this system, that is fabricated by enclosing the collapsible impermeable container which contain the liquid drug formulations to form the drug reservoir compartment that is inside the rigid shape retaining housing. So the composite laminated of an adsorbent layer or a swellable hydrophilic polymer layer that is in between the which is sandwiched between the drug reservoir compartment and the housing. So the release is controlled in that hydrodynamic pressure approach. So the fluid permeabilities are there, hydrodynamic pressure gradient, and the surface area of that walls with annular opening. So that is the hydrodynamic pressure activated delivery system. So there in the diagram figure they have to show that in the bottom part hemispherical shapes are there, lower part that is annular openings are there. From that the water penetrate permeabilities are there because the outer shape that is retaining housing that is impermeable portions are there. Inside that collapsible drug container parts are there, and the center the liquid based drug formulations are there, and that the collapsible drug containers that is made up of the adsorbent or swellable hydrophilic polymer laminates are there. The next that is vapor pressure activated drug delivery system. So in this system the drug reservoir in a solution form, in a solution formulations that is contained inside an infused chamber. It is physically separated from the vapor pressure chambers by freely movable bellows. So the vapor chamber that contain a vaporizable fluids which vaporize at the body temperatures and create the vapor pressure, and under the vapor pressure that created the bellows moves upward, and that force the drug solutions in the infused chamber to release through the series of flow regulator the delivery cannula into the blood circulations at a constant flow rate. So here the approach that we have to use the trigger by the vapor pressure. So in that the drug chambers are there, drug solution chambers are there, and second chamber the vapor pressure creating vaporizable fluids are there. In when that drug system that we have to enter into the body, so that body temperatures, that vapor chamber containing vaporizable fluids, it go for the vaporize, so that create the vapor pressure, and that vapor pressure create that push the that piston pump like that the are there that move the upward force they are given. So that force create into the drug chamber, and from that drug chamber present in that insuffered chamber to release the drug from that part. So that is the vapor pressure activated drug release systems are there. The examples like implantable infusion pump, then insulin in the antidiabetic parts, heparin in the anticoagulation treatments are there, morphine for the intense pain that times that use. So like that the examples are there for the vapor pressure activated drug release systems are there. The next for that, so for before that in vapor pressure activated, so rate controlling part that we have to consider for that is the differential, the vapor pressure, formulations, viscosity, how much viscous liquid formulations are there, size of that delivery cannula, from that the drug release parts are there. So this is the rate controlling part for the vapor pressure activated drug release system. Then the mechanically activated drug release system. So in this type of system, drug reservoir is in a solution form that retain in the container that is equipped with the mechanically activated pumping systems are there. So we can go for the aerosols, nebulizers. These are the example for mechanically activated. So we have to activate it by mechanically, push with the thumb, we are giving the pressures, and that pumping system that release the drug. So the major dose of the drug formulation that is reproducible delivered into the body cavity That is, we can say through the spray head upon manual activations of the drug. Okay, so the nose that we have to use through the spray head upon manual activations of the drug delivery pumping systems are there. It is an example, meter dose nebulizers for the intranasal administrations. Then next, the magnetically activated drug delivery system. So in this type of drug delivery system, the drug reservoir is a dispersion of protein or the peptide powder in a polymer matrix that from which macromolecular drugs can be delivered only at a relatively or slow rate we can consider. So this slow rate of that drug delivery systems can be improved by the incorporating the electromagnetically triggered vibration mechanisms into the polymeric device, so that combined with the hemispherical designs are there. So in that device, that is fabricated by positioning that we can call the tiny magnet ring in a core of hemispherical drug dispersing polymer matrix. So the external surface that is coated with the drug impermeable. So in that we can say that the external surface, that is the hemispherical magnetic tiny magnetic rings are there. So the external surface that is coated with the drug impermeable polymers. The example, that is ethylene vinyl acetate or silicone elastomers that we have to use, except the one orifice, one cavity at the center of the flat surface, that we have to not go for the coating. Other than all the external surface that we have to coated with the drug impermeable polymers are there. This delivery device that is used to deliver the protein or peptide drugs such as the bovine serum albumin, so at a low basal rate by simple diffusion process under the non-triggering condition. So as we can apply the magnetic field, magnet that is activated to vibrate an external electromagnetic field, so drug molecules are delivered at a much higher rate. Then next, the sonophoresis and iontophoresis, that is in the transdermal based drug system that we have to use mostly. So sonophoresis activated drug system. So this type of drug system that is utilize the ultrasonic energy, ultrasound, to activate that frequency or triggering the delivery of drug from the polymeric drug delivery device. So systems can be fabricated from, we can say, non-biodegradable polymers, like previous state we have to see in that ethylene vinyl acetate, or bioerodible polymer that we have to use for that drug delivery system. So that is the sonophoresis based parts are there, so that increase the drug permeability part also. Iontophoresis activated drug system. So in the previous one we have to use ultrasonic energy, here we have to use the electric field. So the iontophoresis that can be defined as a process in which the flux, the drug release, the drug diffuse from the cell membrane, the flux or the rate of absorption of that ionic solutes into or through the skin or skin vessel, that is enhanced by the applying the voltage or current. So or we can say that the electrical field across the skin, so that promote or increase or enhance the permeability of drug or increase the flux. So this type of systems that use the electric current to activate or to modulate the diffusion parts of the drug, diffusion process of the charged drug across the biological membrane. So in the we can say in the addition, the delivery rate can be controlled by the intensity of that applied electric current, or we can say electrochemical potential gradients are there. So in the transdermal drug system, where there we have to use that iontophoretic or iontophoresis activated drug system approaches are there. So that is the iontophoresis activated drug systems. The drug reservoir electrodes are there, receptor electrodes are there. We have to apply the voltage or current, and that permit or that enhance or trigger the drug release through the skin or the membrane. The next, the hydration activated drug release system. So in this type of drug release system, we can say the drug reservoir is homogeneously dispersed in a swellable polymer matrix that is fabricated from the hydrophilic polymers. So the release of drug is controlled by the rate of swelling of that polymer matrix. So not only hydrophilic polymer, but we also use lipophilic polymers also, and that can be modified to have a swelling properties. So this is achieved by the impregnating the water miscible liquid such as glycerol, NNA or water soluble salt that you have to use in lipophilic base polymer matrix are there. Example, while release tablets are there. Next, pH based activated drug release systems are there. So in this type of drug release system, this type is chemically activated. So this is examples for the chemically activated parts are there. So this type of chemically activated system that permits the targeting the drug delivery system or delivery of drug only into the regions, the selected regions are there with selected pH range. So particular pH range, particular drug that we have to deliver to the particular area. So it is fabricated by the coating the drug containing core with the pH sensitive polymer or the polymer combinations are there. The examples that we have to use, the acrylate base polymers are there, methyl acrylate base, or we can go for ethyl cellulose, the water insoluble, and water soluble the HPMC or that hydroxymethyl cellulose salad that we have to use for the combinations that for the pH activated approach. For instance, a gastric fluid liable drug is protected by that encapsulated, that is it inside the polymer membrane that resists the degradations against the gastric pH. So the example that is antric coated tablet that we have to go for, that is pH activated base are there. Then the colon targeted, so that time we have to use the approach that is pH activated drug system. The next, the ion activated drug release system. So in that the ionic or the charged drug can be delivered by this method, and this type of drug release system, that is ion activated systems, are prepared by first we have to go for complexing an ionic drug with a ion exchange resins that containing a suitable counter ion. So that the approach are there, complexing of the ionic drug with the counter ion. So ion exchange resins that you have to use. Examples, by forming the complex between the cationic drug with a resins having SO3 minus group, or between an anionic drug with resins having the NCA3 groups are there. So the granules of the drug resin complex are first treated with the impregnating agent and then coated with the water insoluble but water permeable polymeric membranes are there. So water insoluble but permeabilities are there for that aqueous medium or water for that polymeric membranes. So that's semi-permeable like. So these membranes serve as a rate controlling barrier or parameters to modulate the influx of that ion as well as the release of the drug from that system. That is the rate controlling part, that is that membranes are there. So limitations that we have to see, the rate of release of the drug that is directly proportional to the concentration of ion at the site of action. So that is the rate controlling part also, that depend on the concentration of ion. So here the examples they are given, they base the ion activation drug release system. Next, in the chemical part, the hydrolysis activated drug release system. So these type of drug release systems that is depend upon the hydrolysis process to activate the release of the drug. So in that drug reservoir, that is either encapsulated in the microcapsules or that is homogeneously dispersed in the microspheres or nanoparticles for the injection. So that is in the hydrolysis activated. So it can be also be fabricated for the implantable device. So all these type of the systems that is prepared by, mostly we have to use bioerodible or biodegradable polymers are there, and that is activated by the hydrolysis induce the degradation of that polymer chain, and that is controlled by the rate of polymer degradation. The example for that is the LHRH releasing biodegradable subdermal implants are there. Next, in that, the last one for the chemically or biochemically, that we have to see that in that enzyme activated drug release system. So this type of drug release system, that is dependent on the biochemical system. So that depend on the enzymatic process that activate the release of the drug. So in that, the drug reservoir is, we can say that, either physically entrapped into that microsphere or chemically bound into the polymer chain from the biopolymers. Such as example, they are given albumins or polypeptides. So the release of the drug, that is activated by the enzymatic hydrolysis or enzymatic degradations of that biopolymers by specific enzyme in that targeted tissue. Example for that is albumin microsphere that release the 5-fluorouracil in a controlled manner by the protease activated biodegradation process. So these are the enzyme activated system. So in that session we have to discuss about the classifications or various type of control system that we have to prepare, or we have to use various triggering parts, the chemically, physically, biocompatibly, enzymatic base. So that in that we have to discuss about rate picogram control, feedback regulated, then activations base, and in the activations base that we have to see based on the physical, chemical and biochemical or enzyme activated type, the control drug release systems are there. Thank you.